Hello, how's it going? Welcome to another video. Hey, so I'm gonna do this is my mid-month, let me get a bit closer. This is my mid-month magical readathon check-in. The idea of this is that I'm going to hold myself accountable to actually try and complete my magical readathon prompts. I haven't yet. So, just as a reminder, this year I am training to be a beast master, which means there are 5 classes I need to do. One of them is law, which is just read a one-pager on the G drive. So I've only really got 4 prompts that I need to do. I have done one of them. It is today the 15th, so we are halfway through the month and I have read one book for my magical readathon TBR. That prompt was alchemy, the prompt was circle on the cover, and I read The Idea of You, which has got sunglasses on the cover with circle lenses. So I needed to complete animal studies, with the prompt being a yellow title. I have got 2 books that are possibilities for that, which is The Girls of Summer or Some Desperate Glory. I haven't started either of them. I've got to do elemental studies, which the prompt is a source of light. I am currently reading my book for that, which is The Stormkeeper's Battle. And then I've got restoration, which is a book that will cure a slump, and I've got do no harm down for that one. So of my 4 books that I need for my career, I have read 1, I have started a second, and I've got 2 that I haven't started. So that's okay. Instead, what I've been doing this month is reading things that are not on my TBR. And I have completed 2 other magical readathon prompts that I don't need. So I've done conjuration, which I spun the colour wheel, and my random colour was purple, and I was reading Girl Goddess Queen, which has purple on the cover, so I counted it for that. And I've completed Demonology, which is a book that you didn't pay for, and I was reading The Catch, which was an ARC that I was given and not paid for, obviously. So that counted as well. So, yeah, I feel like so far, I feel like I'm a bit behind, if I'm honest. I mean, I've only got 4 books that I need to read for this TBR and haven't only read 1. I kind of feel like I need to kind of pull my finger out a little bit and do the thing. I also now I've got 2 books that I need to read for work, which won't fit any of my prompts. They are both ARCs. I've only got them on my Kindle. So I do need to get them read. I need to get definitely one of them read this month. The other one can wait until May. But yeah, that is one of those things where now I've got that kind of extra work that I need to be doing. I need to read them, which means that my TBR books are kind of being pushed back a little bit further, which is a little bit annoying because if I had caught myself up in advance. At the moment, I'm also reading A Feather So Black, which is last month's Fairy Loot adult book. I'm not loving it. It doesn't actually fit anything for Magical Readathon either. It does give me, so I am trying to do the law side quest. So I have taken a photo in the sun, and then the second prompt I've got is a book with a moon on the cover. So Feather So Black does fit for that. So it does help me get my law side quest. But I'm not massively enjoying the book, which makes it even harder to kind of be engaged to read, because I'm currently reading 3 books. I'm reading The Feather So Black that I'm not loving. I'm reading Stormkeeper's Battle, which I'm liking. It's a fast-paced middle grade, but because it is just a fast-paced middle grade, I'm not like obsessed with it. I think I read like 70 pages of it yesterday, and it's fine, but it's just fine. I do want to finish. It's the last book in a series, and it will mean that I'll have finished out a series. But again, it is one of those where I'm like, oh, hey, Bella. Major bum. yeah, it's one of those where I would like to finish out the series. It's not going to be a new favourite series. It's fine, I'm enjoying it, but it's not going to be like a new fave. And then I'm also reading Waking Gods, which does not fit for any of my prompts at all. But again, that continues the series, so I would like to finish it. It doesn't give me anything. So I think this week, today is Monday the 15th, this week I'm going to really try and like knuckle down and get some books read. I'm still debating on A Feather So Black. I don't want to DNF it, but I'm also not really loving it. It's a romantasy, and I feel like I need to get a little bit further in for the romance to start for me to actually decide whether or not I care. At the moment, the romance isn't romancing, which kind of does make me a bit like, I'm not really interested, because there's nothing happening. But I'm about 150 pages into a 400-page book, so I'm hoping that like once I get a little bit further, that one might kind of kick up a gear. It's just feeling like it's a little bit of a slog at the moment. And to be honest, it's the writing style that I don't like with A Feather So Black. The plot that we've got so far would be fine, except I'm really not getting on with the writing, and that's making me then more critical of like the plot. So this week I would like to, if I can finish A Feather So Black and Stormkeeper's Battle, that'd be fab. I think my next read has got to be one for work. I think I've got to pick up one of my arcs. I've got a YA horror called Lockjaw, which I need to read for work. So that one I am going to pick up next, which again does mean still taking time off, and I'm not doing reading anything for my... Oh, actually, I might have changed my mind. I think I've changed my mind. I might read, if I can read A Feather So Black and Stormkeeper's Battle this week. Over the weekend, it is Becca from Becca and the Books Patreon Readathon. And the prompt for this weekend is spooky. So my YA horror would fit really well as my weekend read. Is there anything else on here that's vaguely spooky? There is not. There is not. So that could be my weekend read. And then I can go back onto like my actual magical readathon TBR. So if I finish the 2 books that I'm currently reading by Saturday, which is doable but a bit of a stretch, I think the next book I'm going to start, so I've got Girls of Summer and Do No Harm. I think I'm more interested in Girls of Summer, so I think that will be the one that I pick up next. I think I do want to read Do No Harm because I do hear really good things from it from people that I trust. But I'm going to see how I feel, because I have got also in the back of my mind another book that was on my Books to Get Me Out of a Slump video was Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, which I do want to read. So I might switch Do No Harm for Yours Truly, which would be good if I can do that, because again, that just means that I have got, well, it's a book that I would like to read, and I think Yours Truly is going to be a much, much quicker read than Do No Harm. So yeah, I think next week's going to be Girls of Summer. I think I'm going to read Lockjaw for work over the weekend. And then I've got a week left of the month, and I've got 1 book left to read. I mean, and obviously all of the rest on my TBR. Can you see my TBR cart? Let's move myself out of the way. This is my TBR cart. This top shelf is my TBR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 books on there. Because one of them, which I don't think you can see from here, is Jade War, which I wanted to read last month and I didn't get to it. So I was like, basically, Bookstara are doing a read along. So that is read alongs hosted by Amy at A Star Reads, Paige at Pages with Paige, and Danielle at, can't remember Danielle's handle, but I'll link everybody below. And they're reading the Jade City series, Greenbone Saga, this year. So I've already read Jade City, so I kind of skipped that one. But then March and April's book was Jade War, which is where I'm up to. And so I wanted to read Jade War for the read along, just so I could kind of catch up and continue. Because even if I know I'm not going to make the live shows, because they're at like 1 a.m. my time, I still like kind of feeling like I've got that accountability to catch up. But I missed it, and then I missed April's deadline as well. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to Jade War this month. I would really, really like to, but we will see. May might end up being a case of, I might do a mood read May, you know, and just read all of the books that I want to read and not do a TBR. I like that idea. Let's be honest, that's what I do most months, because I make a TBR, I do not stick to said TBR. But that was my magical readathon update. This is just a very quick kind of chatty update, just to let you know of the 4 books that I actually need for my prompt. For my career, I have read 1 and started a 2nd. So I'm not doing great. I am not really doing that great towards magical readathon. I thought I'd be a lot further on than I am, and I'm a tins disappointed with myself that it's the middle of the month and I haven't read as much as I would have wanted. However, I've read a decent amount this month, but the thing is I read so much in March that I think I kind of am at risk of sort of burning myself out with reading. Like, I read 20 something books, 21 books in March, which is ridiculous. And yes, 9 of them were graphic novels, but still. So I've read 4 this month, which I think is a good amount for halfway through the month, when I've got 3 others on the go anyway. So I'm thinking I should probably end the month on about 12 books, but I am just, unfortunately, the books I'm reading are not the books that I should be reading. It doesn't help that I do like a different vlog challenge every single week on top of the books on my TBR, but there we go. Anyway, that's my magical readathon update. Let me know down below, are you taking part in magical readathon? What is your career? How are you doing? And I will see you in the next one. Bye.